Today I wanted to discuss an interesting concept, and that is the concept of being on the edge when you're training. What motivated me to explore this subject was the fact that I know in my own training, sometimes I'm having a hard time motivating myself to remain at my peak performance, so to speak. And I find that this is a very common challenge among hand balance practitioners. I'm sure you've experienced this before where one day you come in, you are razor sharp, your focus is there. It seems like everything is synchronized, you're feeling great, you're in the zone, you're in the rhythm, and things just happen seemingly by themselves. And then other days you come in and it's a completely different story. How can we help ourselves to avoid these types of situations and form a more consistent pattern of staying in the zone and continue improving even on days when we perhaps don't feel like it? This is the difference between, let's say, a workout, a passive workout, and the process of learning of the skill and improving at the skill with clear knowing and understanding of what you intend to utilize this skill for. It's not just that you decided, hey, I think it would be really cool if I stopped in the middle of the street and hopped on my hands and did a one-arm handstand, and I'm sure I'll probably get a couple phone numbers that way, or people will clap for me, and that'll make me really happy. Sometimes perhaps that's the motivation, but I doubt that it's the motivation most of the time. And so usually we have, certain goals that we are reaching towards and aspirations and things like that. When we learn a skill, a specific skill, and when we change our direction in terms of where we want to go in life or in our career, our choices predetermine our future, so to speak. And so whenever we choose something in an important crossroad point like this, determines the rest of this next phase. And we change phase for a reason. We don't just decide to step into the ditch and swim with the crocodiles, just to spice it up. There's always a reason for that. And so understanding your motivations are the key, one of the keys to successfully mastering a skill. What helped me personally is that I always imagined that I would be doing it in front of somebody. Whenever I'm doing it by myself, I'm imagining that I'm performing. Whenever I'm with other guys, I'm trying to do it better than them. I'm trying to outdo them, or I feel responsibility to do it really well in order to fit in with the skill that they have. Anytime I trained around other guys, I was very competitive, and that's what helped to fuel my progress. And that sense of competition helped me to stay on edge and keep going and keep moving and keep sort of chipping away at this rock that would eventually become the statue of what my vision was for my future as being, a practitioner of the skill. So you never really want to passively approach your training session, because it will fire back at you. It will get back at you. For those of you who don't have the ability to train with other people, you really don't have anyone else to motivate yourself by yourself. Part of the exhilarating sensation that we experience when we train handstands is the prospect of conquering another step and another layer and another level. And so if that aspect is missing, if we don't feel like we're moving somewhere, then we begin questioning, do we have what it takes? Am I doing the right thing? Am I ever going to be able to do this? And what the hell am I doing in the first place? So remember your reasons for starting this. Even if you're just having fun, there must be something else that is deeper than, you know, our natural need to just have a good time. Training handstands is, I would say, is a form of escape from the reality around us, because for a couple hours a day, you can just focus on the skill and on the training and on your body, and you get out of your head, you descend into your body, you ground yourself, and you're practicing various formations in the body parts, various alignments, and through those formations, you obtain a very interesting feeling, a very encouraging feeling should you do well that training session. Sometimes it's very discouraging feeling as well, which you can use as a fuel for your next session. If you sense there's a challenge, then it's a reason to celebrate, because that means here's a perfect opportunity to prove to ourselves that we are willing to do what it takes in order to get to where we're going.